How did it feel when you hit it though? Like, how was it? Like,
I cried. Because
did
that
you?
very night, I was feeling defeated. So I kind of worked on this for 6 weeks straight, almost.
Wow, yeah,
Like
it's a long
every single
time.
day, I was like either planning it or in the middle of it. So it was exhausting. It was very emotionally draining and very like taxing on my mental. Oh, we'll talk about that.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to my series called Streamers Unplugged. I'm plugging creators from their content and connecting them right to you. Today we have an amazing guest, a Nintendo variety streamer who has done many different and very interesting content ideas, such as a month-long Mario-a-thon, subathon, a lot of Mario content in that, and doing several blindfold challenges while gaming, or also doing IRL things as well. You know, just cooking, baking, IRL, blindfolded, crazy shit. We'll dive into all of that. But I'm pleased to introduce a great content creator and someone that I have not known that long and haven't been watching that long, but honestly became one of my favorite creators on the platform
Oh,
in a very, very short time. And I'm kind of picky. So please introduce Mr. Zackingball. Welcome in.
hello. Thank you for having me. Thank you for bringing me here.
Dude, welcome in. I'm definitely excited to dive into your career, and I really do believe that you are such like a good-hearted person and like genuine, and I really want people out there. Yeah, of course, yeah.
That's
And
one of my favorite things about me, honestly, I think, is that I try to keep it real.
you have to though, right? I mean, I think that when it comes to like streaming, I believe that you definitely have to be the best part of yourself, but also, just be real. The best and the worst parts.
Yeah, I think authenticity is really important for when you're trying to like engage with like viewers or just an audience or just friends even. Just in general, I think it's better to kind of, even if it's like not ideal or not everyone's cup of tea, that's okay. Because like you gotta be real. You gotta keep it yourself, you know?
Like you definitely definitely make some good points as well, and I believe that a lot of people that are starting off to become streamers, YouTubers, whatever it is, I feel like if you're just real with your community, it definitely will go further than just I guess creating a character of yourself and just kind of
Yeah.
doing that kind of bullshit. You know what I mean?
So do you know like I don't know, some people, one time my friend was like, there's this game on Twitch that everyone's playing. Why aren't you playing that yet? I don't wanna. Like if I'm not having fun, I don't think very many other people are gonna have fun. And so some people will do like challenges or particularly difficult things because they're like, I just want to do it and I feel like people are gonna like it. But like if I do stuff like that and I get annoyed with it, I'm gonna start being very negative. Because like, and if I'm not having fun, I feel like other people are gonna go, oh wow, he's getting real mad. And some people like that, but I don't like feeling mad. I don't like that. Also, chasing the meta or something, like just because something's popular doesn't mean it's popular for people in your audience or that it's something that particularly is going to do well for you, depending on whatever it is. But I think it's better to kind of just do what feels natural and not try to force things either. Because I feel like I tried to do that, especially early on. I was like, oh, but everyone else is doing this, so I should be doing that. And then they'd end up not doing very well, or people just wouldn't really engage too much with it. So, like circle back to what you said, like it's not just like I just think I'll just do this real quick and just hit go live, especially before a stream. If you're not in the best headspace and you've already been like, well, this is my schedule for my streams. I need to kind of get myself into the right headspace. Sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes you have to be okay with saying today is not the day. Today I can't do it, or today I have to change plans. And some people might be disappointed, but I don't think it's good to go live when you're not feeling it. I think a lot of the forethought that goes into it as well is what kind of things you're going to talk about. At least for me, I like to have some things that I'm like, here are a couple of topics that for today are either relevant to people in the community. Like I'll talk about like, oh my God, so the Switch 2 I got my pre-order. Did
Right.
anybody else get a pre-order? And constantly when people come in and go, hey, did you get a pre-order for this? Like, you know, to kind of have a couple of topics that are always talking points before streams. I try to get a couple of them just in my head so I have something to talk about if there's ever like a low point in the stream where it's like a little chill,
Dead Space,
a little
too,
more,
you know, yeah.
mundane. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, no, honestly though, the thing is, like, there will be dead space in streams always, so that's a really good point that you made as well, like, where you just, you know, if you're in a good headspace, be in a good headspace to stream, because if you're gonna be like, say you're just pissed off, you know, maybe like you found out your wife cheated on you or whatever. Well, don't stream. Yeah, probably not the day. Yeah. But I know people that probably would still do it.
What's up, guys? So my wife just cheated on me, but we are locked in. We're getting fucking emerald before the end of the day.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna play fucking Pokemon Emerald.
He is taking the kids and we are taking the dub.
And then every Dead Space conversation is about his wife, you know. People do
Literally.
that shit though. It's real. I've
They
seen
do.
I've seen it, you know, whether, you know, you lost your job or cheating or breakups. I've seen that all the time, and it's like, why are you live?
Yeah, like you should address some things.
Yeah, go to
You
therapy. This is not therapy.
Deal with some things real quick.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It is kind of hard sometimes to like keep some personal things personal. I feel like some streamers struggle sometimes with like keeping really personal stuff private, because you do want to try and make a connection, and so you want to be authentic. But I think there's like a line for every person, and it's up to whoever to determine what that line is.
I agree.
I feel like that is one thing that sometimes people, especially for me early on, I struggled to kind of find like, where is this line for me, right? Like how much do I want to divulge into? But I think that is something different for everybody. But some people really just say, whatever, I don't care who knows what. I'm a very open book. So
it's always, yeah, it is very different. I mean, I definitely know people that won't even say who their name is on Twitch, like not even their first name.
yeah,
And I understand that. I mean, privacy is a thing, and obviously we're all entitled to it. And I think that you just being a private person is okay, but at the same time, like, it's always like kind of a weird thing. I don't know, like when it comes to Twitch, if you're putting yourself out there as a streamer, I feel like if people are gonna sub to you, especially if like you're an affiliate or a partner, you should definitely tell them a little bit about your life, you know, about your life, because like maybe maybe they live their life a way that you don't, I guess, support. So like if you give them subs every month, you know, they're just giving you subs to this guy that maybe they don't support their lifestyle, or maybe they're like a certain way. It's kind of interesting, but at the same time, like, I don't know, if somebody gives you their subs, whatever, that's buyers beware. But
I agree. And like, so some people are very, very closed off about like their views on certain things that are deal breakers for others, right?
Right. I agree.
In some cases. And so what I've been saying like all night is just like, I don't know, I think it's good to be authentic. I think, because even more, I feel like that incentivizes people to go like, yes, I align with this person, this streamer, this entertainer, and I want to see more of it. So let me gift a couple subs to say thank you, continue doing this. I appreciate your authenticity, your honesty, and sometimes like just transparency on stuff. So I think it's good to tip your entertainers regardless, but also to just, from the entertainer's perspective, I agree. I think you do need to have like a level of transparency. Again, like depending on whatever that line is for you, is up to you.
But don't get out your social security number. You know?
Yeah, but anyways, it's 555 527.
Writing this down right now.
772.
Can you imagine? So early on, so you're talking about early on, like what did you do that made you feel that way? Like what were you playing? Like what was your content back, like, you know, what was it like, you know? I'm curious.
Well, so I play like a lot of Nintendo, for those who do not know.
Yeah, right.
All this shit. So love Nintendo. Even if it's like a game I've played like 20 times, I feel like I always have stuff to say. I never run out of things to talk about things that I like or that I'm passionate about. So early on, I saw like, well, a lot of people play Fortnite, a lot of people stream Fall Guys, a lot of people stream Dead by Daylight or League of Legends, which some people enjoy it, and that's completely fine. But I even enjoy League of Legends. When I play it, I'm like in the mood to play it. But those are not games that do well with my audience.
Right.
So even if like a couple people are like, hey, I liked when you played League, I'm like, well, everyone else didn't. because I think one of my main draws is that even if I'm playing like a really difficult platformer, I love platformers. And recently I did Donkey Kong Returns and Tropical Freeze. And even in games like that are really difficult, I can look over at chat like mid whatever I'm doing and just like skim through messages and respond to them. And so I never run out of things to talk about because I'm always responding to chat messages.
Right.
But when I play League of Legends, I can't do that because I'm constantly in the middle of
zoned in. Yeah. like
and like
zoned
I'm
in
just
the
one
whole
minion
time.
and my entire team tells me to die. So like I'm trying not to get flamed by my team, so I can't read the chat. So people stop chatting, people stop coming because usually people will show up just to chat, I think, like for me. And then there's other people who, if you're very skilled at League of Legends, you're gonna do really, really well, but I'm not. So my audience doesn't respond to that because I'm not, this isn't pro play or anything. So I think it's really important to like, I learned early on, like this isn't doing well for me. And on top of that, I just wasn't having fun because I don't like feeling frustrated when I'm live. And sometimes those games are frustrating, especially Dead by Daylight and League of Legends. Those games are not fun.
Yeah, no. No, I mean, not to anybody really. I mean, even people that love League of Legends, they still crash out like crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I become a different person. I become a whole different beast.
The Hulk.
A whole different beast. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean,
I get mean. And I'm not a mean person, but I get mean. And I'm like, what is this? What am I doing? Like, I'm not like that.
Like, literally, sometimes games just literally just bring the worst out of us. Even like Nintendo games for me, sometimes I'm like, holy f***, I'm playing Zelda, I'm like getting pissed off. I'm like, why? It's a kid's game. It's like, damn.
The other thing too is when you're frustrated, it feeds into itself.
Yes.
And you perform worse, and then you get angrier. Some difficult games are like just not for me. I like to keep it. It has to be very particularly. I have to be in the mood for it. And there's
throw the fucking controller.
Up to that point, like 3 or 4 streams before then, I played Hollow Knight for hours.
Yeah.
And I was having so much fun. And then I was like, I'm just not patient today. It's just not the day. And sometimes that's how it goes.
Yeah.
You just gotta do what feels right. Is the crux of the story.
Yeah.
the message.
Especially with streaming as well, right? I mean, that's actually a really good message because the thing is, like, you know, whether you know, say like you're about to stream and you're kind of depressed that day or anxious or just angry, right? It's probably not a good idea to go live, kind of, right? You know, sometimes.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to do it. So.
And so for times like that where you're feeling maybe a little less excited to do something, I think those are the kind of days where if you are going to stream or you're like, I really need to, I'm still trying to like do this as well and be more okay with just saying, guys, today, I know I said I was doing this, but it's not the day. I don't feel like doing it. And I want to sit down and have fun.
Right.
Because when I have fun, others have fun with me. So you need to be okay with change of plans, especially if like, because I have pretty sure ADHD. Never been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So some days just aren't, it's not the day. It's not the day for this or that or whatever.
You know, some days like it's just not the best for any of us to stream, and you don't want to put that on your audience, you know, as well, right? You know, and they just see you freak out over nothing, and they're like, I mean, they might sit there like this, just eat, you know, just sipping the tea and stuff like that, but like, you know, at the same time, it's just kind of like, you know, we don't want to like show that off, you know, because it's embarrassing, right? So.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, I think most people are understanding enough to like go, oh, they're just having a bad day, and I'm sure in most cases that is, but sometimes it's about me. Like, I don't feel like this is what I wanted it to be. This stream isn't how I pictured it. So I think being authentic, doing what feels right, doing what seems fun, not just to you, but to others, I think is very important. And like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever gained a whole lot of success from doing whatever is popular in the moment, because whatever people are interested in or like streaming changes so quickly. Like Repo.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like already
Repo's
past
a
it,
big
right?
one.
Yeah, I mean.
And it's starting to dwindle a little bit. I feel like interest in that, but it's still fun. But I just don't think as many people are like, ooh, something new, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they moved on to something else. So.
Yeah, like the shiny new item, I guess. And it's always interesting to see that, though. You make a really good point with that too. Like, I have talked to many different creators, obviously over the last 2 years, I guess, on Streamers Unplugged, and every single one of them always says, "Hey, like, play whatever you want to play, because if you're just playing like some game to like get clout or like get viewers or get whatever the mission is, but you don't actually like the game, it's like what are you doing?"
It's gonna come off as inauthentic.
110%.
I feel like you need to be excited about something so other people feel the excitement themselves as well.
Yep.
People are very, very empathetic, whether they're like cognitively so or not. They very much, if you're frustrated with something on screen, people will get frustrated for you.
Right.
People will be like, "Ooh, please just move on because I don't like feeling this way."
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you're excited, they're gonna go like, "Ooh, this is fun."
And also at the same time too, like they're probably joining your stream because some bullshit's going on in their life. It's almost like back in the day when people watched cable television, like they want they watch like sports or whatever it was to get away from the everyday bullshit, which is why we all are streamers and people love to watch us, because it's even more better than just cable TV, because you can actually talk to the streamer, interact with them, and interact with other people in the chat that also share your same interests. You know what I mean? So it really does make such a huge impact on certain people's lives, because I mean, like people are just going through so much nowadays, and the world is just so f***ed up. So I think that when somebody goes into a stream and the streamer is like crashing out, it's like, I don't want to see that. Like, I mean, some people like it though, but like
some people do. But to me, also for like streaming, like I like for it to be kind of an escape, because I read news a lot, and like there's a lot of stuff happening, and not all of it's positive. Most of it's not. But so not only do I like to have something that brings me some peace and some sense of like community or belonging, but I feel like a lot of other people are seeking that as well.
Right.
When they go to like streams, regardless of who it is, that's like they're seeking some kind of familiarity or some comfort there. Not only just like entertainment, but I think feeling like, oh, this is a place where I can chill. Like, I think it's very, very important to make that be known as well. Like, I think everybody who frequents my stream, at least, I am lucky that I have a stupid good memory with some things, and so I'm pretty good at remembering names, and I think that helps a lot. I think that helps me out a lot, is being able to like read names. When someone changes a color though,
I hate that.
On their Twitch name, I'm like, I don't know who you are, because the color associate purple, people with purple, a lot of purple on Twitch, obviously. And so sometimes the purple names, I get a little, I'm like, I think I remember you. But something like if you have like the whitish cream colored name on Twitch, I will always remember you.
Oh yeah.
You're the only person with that color. It's hard to remember. There's a lot of people too, like who can like cycle through. Maybe they'll come back after a few months or something.
Right.
And I'm typically pretty good at going like, oh hey, I remember you. And that means a lot to them as well. Like to a chatter who's like, hey, this person I'm always hanging out with, or I leave their streams up in the background while I game or do chores or just listen in, right? Feeling like recognized or remembered is really important, I think, to building that sense of like community. So
the connection between a streamer and a viewer is just I don't want to say sacred, that's like kind of dramatic, but like it kind of is sacred at the same time too, because I believe that I mean, at least for me, back in the day, I found Twitch in a really dark mental place, like back in 2019. And right, so I don't know, how did you find Twitch like back in the day?
So I started, well, I've been around on Twitch on and off for like since 2013, 14. Like I play League, so I've been a League gamer since like 2010.
Oh wow!
Like I've been playing, I've been there since like the game came out, basically.
Holy shit!
And so I used to watch a lot of League streams. But again, it'd be like on and off. It wasn't until like 2022 that I started streaming consistently. Like I'm gonna do it a couple days a week and just actually stream. Before then, I had like 3 streams, and they were all like sparse, and it was only my friends just coming in and chatting. So, what was the original question? I changed it a lot.
Like, how did you find Twitch originally? Well, obviously it was because of League, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the answer. To answer your question, League of Legends.
That's so interesting, actually. Like, I mean, so my actual question, like one of the scripted questions, actually, is like, at the beginning of your career. So we're kind of going to 2022 now. So you started in 2022, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was your first stream like League of Legends, or like what was it?
It was Pokemon Unite, which is
Really?
a Pokemon version of League of Legends, and that's my most played game on my Switch, and I've played a lot of games on Switch, like a lot, but I've fallen off that game since then. But I used to really, really love getting into like the meta and like team building and stuff for that game. So I played that and League and like Fall Guys around 2022. I started later in the year in the fall. I think September 2nd was my first like real stream when I was like, I want to do this. Yeah, pretty sure that's like my starting date, I guess. Second or third, I don't remember. Whenever I got my internet in my new apartment in that time frame. But I used to play a lot of multiplayer games at the beginning, is what I'm realizing. Because I also played some Dead by Daylight, and I played Fall Guys and Fortnite. So I played a lot of multiplaire games, actually.
A lot of non-Nintendo as well, which is kind of interesting,
yeah,
too.
Yeah. And it wasn't until I was like, again, like I said earlier, I kind of leaned into what I thought people wanted to watch on Twitch.
Yeah.
Rather than me taking a step back and saying, well, I wouldn't. And I have a lot of people, a lot of friends who play Dead by Daylight and Fortnite. And love to you, so much love. Those aren't the kind of streams I personally seek out. Right?
Of course, yeah.
So I'm like, if I wouldn't watch this stream, I'm not going to get like-minded people who have much in common with me or have much to talk about with me. So I started playing games that I was like, this is what I want to play. I started playing a lot of like retro games from N64, GameCube, the Wii era for Nintendo, and also like the newer releases that came out. So I try to also play more of the Nintendo releases. It is unfortunate that I started streaming like around the time that Nintendo Switch's launch or like titles kind of started to dip. Like they already released most of their big games. So 2022, 3, and 4, they kind of just, it's on a downtrend, right? So a lot of re-releases or remakes of games that I wasn't super interested in, or just kind of like smaller games. Like the Peach one, I'm going to play. I haven't played it yet.
Peach is Showcase, right?
Showtime, yeah.
Showtime, yeah.
And I hadn't ever played that one. I didn't play that on release. Pikmin 4 is another one I streamed on launch. Metroid Prime Remastered, I streamed. That was one of the first games I streamed. That's when I realized, like, actually, that game is really important for my streams, because I think that was the first one I streamed where I realized, oh, people like this.
Yeah, right.
Like, people really like seeing someone play retro games, either be really knowledgeable about it or they're playing it for the first time. And that was the case for Metroid. Was I had never played it before, so they dropped the remaster on the Switch in 2023.
It was 20. Yeah.
So early 2023, yeah. So I was still relatively new to streaming. I streamed that one. I streamed Metroid Prime, and it was in the middle of the day, work days and stuff. And I remember a lot of people coming in relative to my size at that time. Like a lot more people were tuning in and watching me play that. And then I also started streaming Pokemon Coliseum, which was another like older game that I never played all the way through.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like 25 people at the finale, like the final battle for that game. I remember seeing like 25 viewers or whatever. And I remember at the time going like, there were so many people. And I think about that moment. That's like one moment for me that really sticks out in my mind. It makes me, even if I have like really big streams, I try to keep myself like humbled a little bit. And I think about that moment and I think, this is so cool that within a couple of years, like I can have streams where I get like 100 viewers. And I'm like, that's wild. Because early on, I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna even want to bother with this, right?
Yeah.
And so I wonder how 2 years ago, if I had told myself, no, keep going, like how I would have responded to that. Because I genuinely never thought I would do this more than just a little bit. So it's very surreal to think about that moment, very humbling.
Right. I mean, it's definitely kind of scary as well. Like when it comes to streaming, because the thing is, streaming, people just think we just, just hit, go live, We stream, and then it's just done after that. But obviously, there's a lot of like behind the scenes, right? You know, we gotta like do the sound alerts, do like the alerts, this bullshit, that bullshit. Also, just manage just talking to people on Discord and a lot of different things as well. So there's definitely a lot to it. So I mean, the fact that you figured out really early on that you can do this, that's kind of beautiful, honestly. I mean, with an older game as well. I mean, Coliseum's probably like what, 2003, 04 maybe.
At least 20 years old.
Yeah, it's pretty old. So I mean, that's huge. And I mean, honestly, like when you first started streaming too, like you were just playing games you didn't want to play, but then you know you dived into those eventually as well, and you found success through all of that. So you've been on Twitch since 2013, you said, right? So just as a user. So you finally started streaming in 2022. What made you start streaming? Like what in your mind was like, I want to start doing this? Like, did somebody influence you, or did you just kind of like say like, okay, let's just do this, you know? My
friend influenced me a little bit. One of my friends had dabbled a little bit with streaming before, and I just thought at the time my biggest game was Pokemon Unite, actually. And so I thought it'd be really cool to like stream this game just in case other people want to discuss this, that, and the other. But also, ironically enough, like I extended that mindset to, well, I want to talk about my favorite games, which are all like these older Nintendo games. I want to talk about the new releases as they come out. So that's what I intended to do when I started streaming and got everything set up. But then I continued for the first like 2 months maybe to just not do any of that, to just play Dead by Daylight. League of Legends. So I was like, this is not what I set out to do in the first place. I had to focus and realign. And so like a lot of these games back here, like these are the ones that I'm like, I have to talk about, right?
That is so
I have a
cool.
lot of different, I have so many different games.
So you said your friend influenced you to start streaming?
Oh yeah. Lifelong friends. I met him when I was like 13 on the internet. You know what they say when you're 13, talk to all the strangers on the internet. To me, that was way back when. That was before Twitter was super huge. That was before like Facebook even was like popular amongst like parents and grandparents and stuff. So we would talk a lot in fucking, of all things, like Skype.
Oh my god.
Hang out. We met through like just like the same circles of like liking Pokemon videos on YouTube back in like 2009 or something. And that's how I met a couple of my other friends that I still talk to this day, that I've known for over half my life, was like on the internet. And so we talk pretty much every day. And so he influenced me, or not influenced, but he encouraged a more positive spin on it. He encouraged me to try streaming because I would just always talk about my friends to like, about like, well, the new Pokemon in the meta, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, you should stream. If you stream, you can talk to other people about this shit. Right? So that's kind of how that happened. That's a joke, by the way. He just thought it'd be neat for me to talk to actual people who are also interested in it. That is how it started. And then I tried it like one day, tried it again like 2 months later, tried it again 2 months later. And then I was like, well, I'm moving soon and I need like a fresh start. And so I moved, and then in my new apartment, I was like, as soon as I get this internet up, I'm just gonna sit down, I'm gonna start streaming like 4 days a week. And I'm still streaming 4 days a week, like 3 years later. It's crazy.
Same schedule? Wild. Like same exact schedule or what? Or like?
No, because I can't stick to a schedule.
I don't blame you.
It's hard. And then also like my main job throughout that time, the schedule for that changed. So schedules vary from time to time, but I always made a point to stay consistent with streaming because I felt like as soon as I stopped, especially early on, I was like, if I stop, I'm never going to do it again.
Right.
Like if I stop, I'm like, I will never start this again because I just don't have it in me. If I set something down, I'm like, and that's how I am with games too.
This is kind of interesting though. I mean, when it comes, so like you said your main job, do you still work at that main job or, so is streaming just your main job now? Like full-time content?
Yeah. So I made enough off of streaming and I had enough in my savings for my main job. I worked Target, I worked retail. So
oh god. Yeah.
I was a team lead too. So I was like juggling, like managing with middle management as well, by the way, which is the worst because I'm supposed to be in charge, but also I control nothing. I get like $3 more than like the basic people who don't really have to care too much.
Right.
So I was like, So managing that, and then I would like go to the gym right after that, and then come home to stream. And so staying consistent for like that year of my life was very difficult, but streaming became like the only thing I looked forward to, really, where I was like, I need to just do something that makes me happy. So, and my main job was retail, but now I get enough off streaming and I had enough off savings to where I thought I can just put more time into this. I have an editor for YouTube now.
Is his name Luke, right?
Yeah, love Luke. So we're trying to get the watch hours up on YouTube as well so that we can like monetize that. And YouTube is also a great way for me to make more formulated thoughts. If anybody cannot tell from the video alone, just even right here, if I'm live on stream, I very quickly start saying something and then tangent, and then the conversation is gone. It's like whatever thought I had, flash in the pan, it's gone. And so sitting down and typing out and scripting like a video for YouTube is a way for me to get like my cohesive thoughts on something. It's a completely different form of content, but I think it's one that's important just for me as somebody who cares and is passionate about video games. Is I love looking into like design choices and the way they implement different mechanics for something. I could do an entire video on just each individual Pikmin game and like very small changes that they make and like how it feels replaying a game or even just like playing it for the first time. I could do something like that and I would have a lot to talk about, but if I don't script it out, I just kind of ramble.
Yeah, no, obviously, you know, people think that being scripted is a bad thing, but the thing is, when you have like kind of like a script or like even like just talking points, that's always pretty good because it keeps you on track. It's not about, you know, just being fake or like plastic. It just helps you be on track. So I understand where you're coming from with that for sure. Yeah. And like I think that I mean dude, I would watch those videos, the Pikmin shit. That was really that sounds really cool. Is that the next video coming out or what?
Next one is my top 25 Switch games to gear up for Switch 2.
Oh my god.
For Switch 2. I was like, let's close one book before we open the next, right? Scripting videos out is very, I always have something to yap about. But more than anything, like videos that are scripted are, to me, kind of like an essay. I love to think of it like this is an essay. These are my thoughts. And more than anything, I want to see if anybody agrees or disagrees with me. Because then in the comments, that's what's so cool about YouTube too, is that, especially when I'm like smaller scale, as I am right now, I can look at the comments and I can respond to them.
Yeah.
So if my video is my thoughts entirely like summarized, if somebody has a contradicting viewpoint or they just simply disagree with me, they can let me know.
Yeah.
And I can go, why is that? And you can discuss it further there, which is really neat. And in a Twitch chat, you can kind of do that, but it's not like, here are my points, now you talk, you know? It's very one stray Twitch chat and I'm gone. It's the plot has been lost. So
yeah, I mean there is that too, right? And obviously, I mean that's just one conversation out of many, you know. So like there's that one Twitch chat that talks about the differing, I guess opinion of Pikmin or like Mario, whatever it is. There's that one, and then you just see that go all the way up to the top. Whereas below it is like my aunt's funeral, or like another person's talking about like a snack that they ate today that was really cool from like Korea. You know, it just keeps going and going. So then you're just bouncing around. Whereas like YouTube comments, exactly, YouTube comments, you can just sit there and be like, okay, we're gonna focus in on this. We're gonna challenge this guy in the chat, you know, or in the comments, I guess, and figure it out from there. So that's definitely kind of a good way to like think about that for sure. I'm excited for that video. That's pretty cool, but
I'm very excited. I gotta record it soon. I'm very hyped.
Well, I'll be there. I'll comment on that shit. I'll disagree with you in the comments. No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine?
Okay, here's my thing is I think even if you have a hot take, that's great. I love a hot take.
Yeah.
Even if I think it's awful, even if I disagree with you, I love when people have hot takes and they stand strongly and proudly in it. Because if you are not able to do that, then what are we doing? Is nothing sacred? Can we not have a nice little discussion? I'm not like you're wrong, but I don't see it that way, you know? I love a nice, healthy discussion. And so that's another reason I was like, let's do some like lists. Let's do reviews of stuff, right? And I do need to get back into my reviews. It's been a minute. The Mario-thon took me out.
I bet it did. Oh my god. How long after that did you hit partner? Like, how long did that take to hit partner for? Like,
I just hit partner December 20th last year.
Oh,
so
really?
I've been partner for almost 5 months. Yeah.
how did it feel when you hit it though? Like, how was it?
I
Like,
cried.
did
Because that
you?
very night I was feeling defeated. So the way the partner application worked was I submitted it, and then they took like 3.5 weeks before I finally got a response. My goal was I wanted to hit partner by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is taking so long. They're gonna say no. They're just waiting to like send out a bunch of denial emails.
Right.
So they're just sitting on mine for a minute. But
just
then
type in, yeah.
it was the opposite. They sent out a bunch of approval emails at the same time. That's why they sent on mine. And so I was like, I woke up, we were taking a nap, me and Jack. And for those who don't know, Jack Squirt is my boyfriend.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so he told me, I'll talk about his whole experience because I was a nervous wreck while I was waiting for my response for partnership on Twitch. And we were taking a nap because I was like, I'm so tired. I'm canceling stream. I'm just not feeling it tonight. And then I was like, I'm going to cancel. And then I woke up from my nap. I checked my email and it was like 5 something at night that Twitch sent an email and they were like, congratulations, blah, blah. And I was like, oh. And then he went like, what? And I was like, oh, I did it. He's like, I was pretty sure since they were taking a while that was a good sign actually.
Yeah.
But if they had denied it, I don't know how much I don't know if I could have made you feel any better about it.
Yeah,
if I had got the denial instead after that long. He was like, I was trying to be like, it's okay and not get your hopes up. But at the same time, I don't think if you got denied, I could have made you feel any better about it. He's like, so I'm really glad I didn't have to go like, it's okay. So
yeah, I mean, if you get denied though, it's like hard, right? Because obviously, like I was saying earlier, how you kind of like have to put your heart and soul into the streaming and off stream, on stream. It's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of forethought too.
Obviously, you hit Twitch partner, and Twitch partner, you said like how you were so excited, you cried when you saw the email. And I mean, I would too. I mean, that's such a big deal. I mean, a lot of streamers out there, they can only dream of hitting Twitch partner. I mean, that's such a big achievement. Like when you get Twitch partner with that purple badge, it's like, I made it, bitch. And so, but you did that. But when you look at yourself in the mirror, or when you look at yourself in the camera actually before your stream, what else comes to mind about your biggest achievements on your stream, like in your whole career? Like what sticks out to you that you're like, I f***ing did that, like I love that achievement that I did myself, like your own personal achievements?
I think that is the Mario-thon. I think that is my moment because I have been streaming for 2.5 years at this point, like very, very consistently. So for those who don't know, I did a 31-day only Mario games stream.
Yeah, oh my god, it was so much
the
fun.
Entire month of March, and first of all, day one I was sick. I woke up sick.
Oh my god!
And I had been planning it for forever. And I woke up. I don't know if you were there for the beginning of it even.
No.
But I woke up, throat starting, like my voice was starting to go, and I was like,
oh no.
Talk very minimally, but we're going to do it. Because I worked nonstop on like planning everything. I had a whole schedule. I was like, this day we're doing this as the main event. This day is this is the main event. So we had everything scheduled and like pre-planned, and I dropped 12 emotes throughout the entire thing. Depending like on day 20, I think we were playing Luigi's Mansion.
Wasn't it blindfolded that day?
It was blindfolded, yeah. We did not do very well. That's also a video on the YouTube channel.
It is. It'll be in the description below, by the way, too. So,
hooray!
Oh.
So the fact that the stream was up 24/7 though, that's my crown achievement I think right now, is that I can say I did like a marathon stream 24/7, and like even overnight I had VODs playing. I had things for chat to interact with if they were up that late or overnight or whatever, but there was always something on my stream like happening that was content. And we played almost 80 games, I think, themed around Mario. We played a lot of different genres, and Mario is the perfect thing to do this for, for like an entire month was just, we didn't even crack like half the games we could have, I think.
Yeah.
There's so much more we could have done. And we didn't complete every game. Obviously, we couldn't, but we did complete quite a few. Like, I played Yoshi's Island for the first time.
Yeah.
That was really good. Jack, my boyfriend Jack Sport, he subbed in so I could have like normal human moment for like 2 or 3 hours a day. He played Mario Odyssey for the first time, and that was so special to him as well. And he's also said afterwards, he said, that was my favorite month, I think, of my life. Even though we were tired and exhausted, he's like, that was the most fun I think I've ever had. And
that's cute, though.
It's so cute. And I get very sentimental and emotional. Even like it's been a month and a half, I think, since we wrapped it up. And I can't believe it's been that long, because I remember it feels like yesterday I was like stressing about planning it all out. We had giveaways, we had activities for the chat, we had new emotes dropping, we had the whole schedule, things for over, like we pre-planned so much stuff. We had a guest appearance, we had different little quiz shows, we had IRL content, like we baked twice, we did paintings. So even still, we did a lot of different kinds of content, I think, all themed around 1 month. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to top that anytime soon, because I think that's just the coolest thing I could have done. I think it's the coolest thing that someone can do with a stream is just have like a really fun, cohesive event or activity or something. And I don't like to give myself credit. I try to keep myself humble, but I'm very, very proud of the work that I did on that, as well as all the work that Jack put into it as well. It was a lot of work, and it was done by 2 people. And I'm really proud of us for doing that. And that's my coolest moment for streams.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I found you. I don't know who rated you, but somebody rated you, and I was there for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, huh, this guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it was it was like halfway through your Mario-thon. It might have been like the 2nd week of March, and so I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I followed you from that, which I like very, very rarely actually like follow people after a raid. I'm like, you raid out, take the message, you leave. But I was like, wow, this is really cool. Yeah, like you definitely did a good job. You and Jack Score definitely did like a really beautiful job with the Mario-thon. And so you just mentioned actually a little bit about how you were stressing about the planning. How was the planning process with that? Like, how did that look? Like, how was that?
Wait, I think I actually have it right here, because I have like a stack of stuff. Hang on, wait.
Behind the scenes? Oh shit.
A little bit, actually, yeah. This is not the first one, but this is the second like little calendar sheet.
Oh my god.
I scribbled all my notes on. I was like, I'm gonna this was my rough draft. It was like my first little calendar where I was like, I'm gonna do this on this day and this on this day. And I made a point to be like, I don't wanna, I remember being like, we're gonna watch the Mario Brothers TV show on the 14th, because before then, I'm doing a lot of voice acting, because I like to do voices as well. I love doing little voices. But we played Superstar Saga. The 2 days before that, I played Superstar Saga. So I was like, the next one can't have any voice acting, because I need to rest my voice.
Right.
So we're gonna do a little watch party instead. I don't know. I planned like the Donkey Kong emote on the Game Boy day, because I'm like, Donkey Kong has a Game Boy game that's like really good. So let's put that emote there and release it that day. Mario World was Yoshi's first game, so I was like, let's drop the Yoshi emote then. And I also was like, let's mix it up. So like I went from Mario 64, then to like Captain Toad, and then to Mario 3D Land. So I try to like change up and those games are very different from one another. So I try to kind of keep it not too much of the exact same thing over and over again. I know it's all like Mario themed, but I made a point to like plan out everything very meticulously so that it wasn't too fatiguing to watch the same stuff or same kind of game over and over again. So
when did you start planning? Like, when did that all start? Like, was it February or like even January? Like, when did you start that?
So the idea was since last year, I think. I thought like, I want to do like a March Madness, because I was like, March Madness is something that people know, right? It's basketball, right? It's basketball.
Right.
So I was like, right. It is? Okay. So it is basketball. Yay. I thought I want to do something for March Madness and just do a really long stream and call it something. I don't know, like the March Madness stream, and just do a marathon. Because I've always seen other people do marathon streams. The time I started having this idea, I was like, I've been full-time streaming for like 6 months now, maybe. And I was like, I need a like a fun event. I need like a thing. Like I need something that's like, that was a thing I did.
Right.
I want to be able to say, well, I did a cool thing. So I thought about doing a marathon stream, but then it wasn't until I was like, oh, Mario Day is in March. That's why I was like, the SpongeBob thing of like, this plus equals, right? And then I mentioned it very vaguely in my chat, like in January and early February. So one of my chatters was just like, oh, I called it so many different things up to that point, like this vague anomaly of whatever this marathon was going to look like. I just very vaguely mentioned one of my chatters was like, oh, you mean the Mario Brothers March I don't even remember what he said. The Mario Brothers March Madness 24/7 31-day celebration of Mario Brothers Marathon featuring Zackingball and Jacksport. And I was like, that's what we're going to call it. So I call it the Mariothon. That's easily marketable saying the Mariothon, but a lot of people in my chat very quickly just started copy pasting that. And I kept calling it different shit up to that point. And so it wasn't until about 3 weeks before February that I actually started like doing stuff like this and then being like, okay, so here's what we need. Because also I was like, all these games, how do I get access to all these games? All these retro games. How do I get access to every single thing that I might want to play? We had to figure out how to get like a Twitch Plays thing overnight for viewers overnight. They could use like arrow keys, like WASD or something to move the characters, kind of like a Twitch Plays Pokemon. Pokemon's the perfect game for that. Unfortunately, it did not fit. And then in April, they dropped Mariomon.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Right after the fucking
That sucks for you guys. I know.
So I was like, that's awesome, cool.
I know. That would have been really cool.
Fun with that.
That would have been really cool for your Mariothon, to be honest.
Yeah, it would have been lit. And then we also, I commissioned my artist for like 15 emotes because we dropped some bonus ones too throughout the month. But I had to come up with incentives. I had to come up with like fun little incentives for people to like contribute to the stream, to give subs, bits, donos, anything. So I was like, Peach cosplay. So that's something I hope to do like this week.
Oh, really?
Stream.
Oh.
Like, soon. I don't know, but like I have the blonde hair. I was like, I need to wait till I bleach my hair because I knew I wanted to do it for summer. But so I wanted to do a Peach cosplay. We're gonna do like a workout stream. Just a lot of pre-planning went into this. It took us weeks to we have so many little tiny to-do lists of like, get this game, this game, this game, this game, do this, talk to this person, because we also gave out postcards. I don't know if we have any here.
Oh yeah, the postcards, that's really cool.
We do. We still have to mail them out, but we did giveaways for paintings or whatever. Like here's a little postcard of us that we sent out to people who contributed. So, and then on the back, so we also had to get a hold of our artist who did this cute little chibi drawing of us or whatever. Yeah. It's very cutesy. So we did that. We had to get a hold of, like a lot of different people kind of helped as well. Different artists, but just a lot of planning went into it. There were so many tiny little things. I was like, I have to do this. I forgot I have to get this done. So that last week before it even started, I was like nonstop, just make sure to do this, make sure to do this. So I kind of worked on this for 6 weeks straight, almost.
Wow. Yeah.
Like every single day, I was like either planning it or in the middle of it. So it was exhausting. It was very emotionally draining and very like taxing on my mental, but it also was so rewarding to get to the finish line. It was one of the best moments I think ever on stream is when I hit end stream after I rated out. And then like, I just felt the world kind of just wash over me. And I was like, I did it. Like I get to like, and that's the cool thing too, is that it's cool to have ideas and it's cool to conceptualize all these neat things, but I actually did it and I get to say, yes, I feel so accomplished.
Right.
I feel so proud of that work. So
yeah, and like you got to see 6 weeks of work, stressing out every single night with that calendar, 6 weeks of work actually come to life, and now it's finally done, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally understand that, and I know that you went through a lot of work with that, and obviously that's your biggest achievement now, but can you ever, I mean, you just said that you can never top that, but can you ever see yourself doing an event like that, like in the future? Like maybe like with Zelda or like whatever?
Mm-hmm. The thing for me, I think I've already kind of like talked about it on stream, so I don't care. I think the next one I'm going to do is Pokemon.
Oh,
because they have so many spin-offs, and the 30th anniversary is February next year. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Especially for things like September on Twitch. For those who don't know, like subscribing to a channel is like 30% off, I think. And gifting subs is also at a discount. So I think I'm gonna do something much smaller scale, but still similar in the feel. Probably for things like September every year, I think would be really fun to do something to invite in and also incentivize people to gift subs or subscribe, and just hang out. So probably not a whole month, probably not the entire month, maybe like 2-week kind of thing.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking of for September. Don't know what the theming would be for that one, but I'm pretty sure Pokemon would be the next big event, like early next year.
So, we were just talking about, your Mario-a-thon, and, that's a lot of variety, and you're talking about Pokemon as well. It's a lot of variety with all that as well, too. You've done many different playthroughs on your channel, whether it's obviously Nintendo or non-Nintendo. What have you played so far on your channel that you really enjoyed? Like, what stands out to you out of, maybe, your top 3 games you've ever played on, stream?
So, usually for streams, the things that I really think stand out to me are games that I didn't expect to like. So I'm very picky. I'm a very picky person. One of my biggest, I think, hurdles as somebody who wants to play a lot of games is that I need to be in such the right mood, or else I'll go, no, I don't want to. And so that's very much a hurdle for me. So when I sit down and actually commit to playing a game and I wait long enough for everything to like click, right? Those are the games that really stick out to me. And so I think if I had to say 2 that really stand out, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are games that I had played around with as a kid, but never actually played all the way through. Like I messed around with them in the first couple of worlds and then just kind of got stuck. So I played both of those last year. I think it's been over a year now since I played Kingdom Hearts 1. But Kingdom Hearts 2 I played last summer. I remember every single time I sat on the stream, I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really tired, so like I'll play as long as I can. And then it ended up being like a 10-hour stream because I'd be like, I just need to play it. Like I was like, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stop. And the other thing too is that that's a game, again, like I want to play games that translate well for my audience. And I know a lot of people like Nintendo, but it's not like, a game like Repo is very fun, but like I noticed like the viewership ticks down, right? It's not one that responds well with my audience that I have built. But Kingdom Hearts, like a lot of people, especially the Nintendo people, really loved Kingdom Hearts. And also it brought in like diehard Kingdom Hearts fans. The other one that sticks out even more to me, because it's so this should by every single account be something I don't like at all. But Resident Evil 2, I think it was my favorite game I played last year.
Really?
I never played a Resident Evil game before. I played Revelations actually on the 3DS for like a little bit, but so they remade it in like 2020, 2021. I don't even know when they remade it, but I played Resident Evil 2 remake, and I don't love shooters. I don't love scary games, but something about that game in particular, the way you explore this abandoned police station in the middle of like zombie land. Basically, they're like, what's going on? I like these are not the kind of games that usually I respond well to, but I did. And it's because I think the exploration was so fun, and the scary, like the zombies themselves aren't scary. It's the jump scare shit that I'm like, cannot handle. So the zombies just going like I'm like, fuck out of here. Who are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, right.
Get away from me. But it's when you're walking down a hallway and then randomly something falls to the floor. So for anybody who knows the game, Mr. X is my least favorite character ever made. He basically patrols. After like 3 or 4 hours into the game, you explored most of it. There's certain rooms that you'll have to go back to later in this police station. But after like 3 or 4 hours into the game, this guy comes out of nowhere, huge. He's tall, he's jacked as f, and he's like, he has no expression on his face, and he just stomps, and slowly walks towards you. And if you try to shoot him, he stomp, like charges toward, and you cannot kill him. And he's constantly patrolling this map for the rest of the game. He will constantly patrol, and you have to get shit done while you slowly hear the stomps getting closer. And so I should hate this game because I hated that.
Yeah.
But by the end of it, you do kill him. And so that is the best feeling ever, is that you kill this motherfucker finally. It's so good. I don't even know. Like, that's a game I really need to revisit if even for a moment, just to kind of like remember what made it so good. But that's my favorite, like, out of left field game I think I've ever streamed. And then I tried the third one and I was like, nope, it was just Resident Evil 2. I tried the remake of the first one. I tried the remake of the third one. I was like, these two aren't as good. Resident Evil 2, for some reason, just clicked. And I can't even explain why.
You don't like shooter games, though, so that kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that one just had, like, a certain charm to it that, like, attracted you to the game.
It was definitely the exploration, I think. I think it felt Luigi's Mansion, kind of.
Again, we talked about, you know, a lot of your variety content. You know, you go around from, you know, obviously Resident Evil, apparently, too. Yeah. A lot of Nintendo as well, Repo. I would say on Twitch, like, the two biggest things when it comes to gaming, at least, the two biggest categories when it comes to, like, the two, I guess, top watched kind of content on Twitch when it comes to gaming is either variety streaming and speedrunning, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Have you ever considered speedrunning a game? And if you did, what would you speedrun if you could?
So another thing from the Mario-thon is I owe people, my community hit a milestone, so I do need to sit down with somebody, whoever may be available and willing. I do need to try Super Mario 64 speedruns. That was a themed incentive for the Mario-thon, but if I had to play any of them for speedruns, it would be Pikmin 1. Because that's a game that's the first game I ever beat. I know every single enemy's like location. I've watched so many different speedruns, so many different routes and stuff, and I don't think I'd ever get close to beating like a world record, but I think I could get that game in like sub 130, maybe like an hour 30. I could definitely beat it under that. So that's the game I'd probably speedrun, just because I have so much knowledge going in, and I think it's sentimental because it was the first game I ever beat as a wee lad.
Ever?
Yeah, it was either Pikmin 1 or Luigi's Mansion. Because I was GameCube kid. Like N64, that was my brother's. Like it was in his room, and then the GameCube came out, and I was like, that's in the like the living room downstairs. Like I can play that because he had the N64, my older brother, and so I only got to play the multiplayer games with him. And then I got to be 5. I was like, all right, I'm a big boy now. I got to be able to play these games myself, and I can't get scared about dying. Because Mario 64, I'm like, I'm scared of dying. I'm scared of running out of health, because then I'll feel like a failure. I don't want to lose. But then GameCube was my time. So Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin 1. Honestly, either of those two I'd speedrun.
Wait, so you hit like an incentive on your Mario-thon for SM64? Mm-hmm. What was the star? Is it 16 star or is it 70 star? Or 120 star, do you know? Or
16, whatever the shortest one is, whatever's the easiest for me to learn. Because again, I like my main hurdle is patience. So speedrunning is not my thing because I have to be okay with failing, which is sometimes I'm not in the mood to feel like I'm losing. But being able to practice like a 16-star run, because those can go pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
Those are like less than half an hour per run.
They are. They should be. Yeah. So if you go more than half hour, then you're like you're pretty bad. But
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay! Less than half an hour. Okay, I'm gonna go for that then.
Yeah.
Less than half an hour.
There you go.
If I get a second over, I quit the stream. I end it immediately.
You probably will for the first one though.
I'm gonna have to learn. I'm expecting like a really long stream or two where I'm like, okay, I need to practice and get good at this. Right. At the very least, I need to be able to do it, right? Within, I don't know. I'll have to look at how long they are.
Like, just be able to do it. Like, just do one run. If you do that, that's good. I mean, they're definitely difficult. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, if you have no patience as well, like, speedrunning just kind of blows as, you know, just in general, exactly. I guess. So, but Pikmin 1, that's kind of interesting. So, there's a chance eventually one day?
Maybe. Like, that's the one. If I enjoy Mario 64 enough, I'll consider doing like a Pikmin 1. But I think also being like really into video games, it's another thing where I'm like, now I think I might just do it to say that I can. Just Like the same way I was like, I did a really long marathon stream, and even if it wasn't like successful, which I consider it a success,
Right.
I feel very accomplished with it. Even if it didn't hit like any marks that I had like in my head that I wanted to at least do this. Even if it didn't do that, I would still feel very accomplished that I was able to stick it out for 31 days in a row. But so yeah, I think speedrunning any game that you love, I think is just a cool thing to be able to do. And so that's something I think I would eventually look into based on how Mario 64 goes. Perhaps.
There's a
Maybe.
chance. I would
We'll
love
have
to see
how
that.
patient I am on that given day.
The crash
Hopefully the
outs.
stars align. Hopefully.
God, you'll probably do pretty well. I think.
I'll do all right.
You'll do
I'll do
okay.
my best.
Hey,
That's all I can do.
exactly.
All you can do is your best.
Exactly. You know, we're on the topic of the future pretty much. We're talking about future speedruns, all kind of like hypothetical bullshit, but on the real though, actual stuff. So your future, do you have like any plans for the future? Like, so obviously you do variety content, but is there anything that you have in the plans in the works right now besides obviously the Pokemon thing and all that kind of stuff? Obviously the Switch 2 is coming out in 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's coming out soon. Obviously you're probably gonna do content on that, but is there like anything that you've been planning in the works right now, like for the rest of the year that you want to share?
For the rest of the year, no. The only thing really I kind of have in my head is like something. I'm thinking like 2 weeks for September, like
Okay.
for September on Twitch, like a 2-week stream, maybe kind of similar, like a marathon. But
Yeah.
and then maybe the first 2 weeks of September, and then I take a week off, and then I jump back for the last few days of the month and just say, all right, back to normal. But that's kind of what's in my head right now. Otherwise, with the Switch 2, I'm very excited to play these games a lot, like these new releases, and get like videos out about them, scripted videos. To me, I really prefer like sitting on it for a little bit and saying, okay, now I've formulated actual thoughts that I can, after like the hype dies down, you know? I feel like a lot of people will kind of rush to say, well, I have to be the first person to do this, but like these videos aren't just for the week they're out for me. Like I want these to be something that like, let's say Mario Kart comes out and I'm like, all right, I played it for 3 days. Now I'm going to take the next 3 days off to make sure a video is ready to upload, right? I want to have videos like maybe a month down the line where I have like more concrete thoughts on them. So that's the YouTube side of it. For streams though, I like, before Mario Kart World comes out, I'd like to do a stream where I play every single track in Mario Kart 8 and maybe get like a quick little tier list video going. Like maybe on stream, I just tier list all the tracks and I'm like, that's a quick little YouTube video we can just edit into something. But I really want, with new releases, especially since it's a new era and I think a lot of people are excited for it, I want to kind of capitalize on it, but also I'm personally just really excited for it as well. So with a new Donkey Kong game coming out, with a new Metroid game coming out, I want, before those games drop, like the new ones, to spend a couple streams playing previous games. So before Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, I already played Tropical Freeze and Returns these past couple of weeks, but I want to play Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, wow.
Even if I don't beat it, I want to at least sit down and look at the only other 3D Donkey Kong game and then say, okay, now I can appreciate the new one, you know? But I think for content wise, for the Switch 2 releases, I'm gonna, for a couple weeks after the game comes out, just like play that until I'm done with it. But like, I don't, like, the other thing too that sucks is like viewer fatigue. I don't want to play the same thing every single day. So I need to be like, today is Mario Kart World Day. And the following stream, I'm like, all right, now let's play like something else. And then next day we're back to Mario Kart, right?
That's a good point. I mean, obviously, you know, there is a fatigue. I mean, it's kind of weird because like sometimes it kind of splits your community apart. Like some people want to see that every single day. Like you play Mario Kart, you know, World every single day. But then some are like, third day in, oh my god, he's doing it again, you know? So
Yeah.
You can never win though. You can never win. But it's whatever you want to do.
That's true. Exactly. Authenticity is huge. And so I might say this right now, but by the time Mario Kart comes out, I might say, no, actually, I just want to do this for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And then that is exactly what I will do. That is exactly what I'm going to do.
And no one's going to tell you otherwise.
Nobody can.
Exactly.
Nobody can.
It's your fucking shit.
It's my shit.
It's my shit, you know? So, exactly.
For me.
So that's pretty cool, though. I mean, I think that the Switch 2 is definitely gonna, you know, bring a lot of content in many different ways with the camera shit, and Bonanza's gonna be kind of crazy. I mean, it pretty much is like the Odyssey of DK World, you know, so
Yeah.
that's really fucking cool. The speedruns are gonna be amazing of that for sure. I think so, at least, you know.
Because you can break through the floors and the walls and shit too.
Oh, I bet that game's probably gonna be broken as shit. I bet money on it.
Somebody's gonna like the speedrun is gonna be like less than an hour. Someone's
Oh.
gonna be able to like break everything.
Yeah.
Flip through the walls and shit. I don't know.
see
I'm
it.
very excited to see more of that. I'm so excited.
So we actually, I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the interview because you mentioned Mrs. Smoochum's fitness class, right? Was that what it was?
Yeah. From
So
Pokemon Channel.
yeah. So obviously she had her own class on it, you know, on her TV. Obviously, as streamers, we, you know, we're our own channel, right? On
Yeah.
a TV, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're very much so into fitness, obviously, you know, and I wonder, in the future, like, do you ever see yourself doing, like, maybe, like, taking a day out of the week and doing some, like, fitness content on live stream? Like, do you ever, like, see that in your future ever? Like, teaching some classes?
I think that's a good idea. I think I do have a lot of perspective from like just health and wellness in general. I think I do have a lot of perspective. I've been weightlifting for almost 10 years now, and sometimes it ebbs and it flows. Sometimes I'm really into it. Sometimes I'm like, I just have to do this so I don't go insane.
Yeah.
Because it's very much like it just calms me down more than anything. It just helps me clear my mind and zen a little bit. But like some people do yoga, some people like to run. To me, I like weightlifting. So I think I have a lot of perspective, not on just that, but just health consciousness in general. Streaming is a little iffy because I don't love being in people's way in general.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was trying to stream at a gym that's super busy, which the gym I go to is very commercial, I don't like being like setting up the camera and then people walking around and everywhere. I don't like the idea of like me showing people like
that aren't consenting.
That aren't like, that don't know they're on camera. I don't love that because I know I wouldn't appreciate that. So if ever I get to a point where I'm able to afford like at home gym equipment, even just like a bench and like one barbell and some like adjustable weights or something, I would like to do that. But that comes out of just like, I would need to be able to afford stuff like that. We are planning at least one gym stream though. Like it's going to be a late night one. So there's less people. And we'll try to keep to ourselves. But yeah, that's something that to be consistent would need, like, I would feel most comfortable if I had stuff at home to be able to do stuff like that.
And so, you know, obviously you've done cooking streams as well, and you do the fitness.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever like see yourself doing some like cooking streams, like you're doing like, you know, like a bit of the fitness, not like working
Like
out,
a meal
but
prep.
yes.
Yeah. So I do want to do some of those because there's a couple recipes. To me, I learned this very early on, like losing weight, because I lost a lot of weight is like how I got started. I lost a lot of weight, over 100 pounds.
That's insane.
So it's aside from the Mario-thon, I think that's one of the things in my life that I'm like, this is the hardest thing I think I've ever done.
Yeah.
Was losing so much weight, because it's hard. It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And even if somebody like is like, I only wanted to lose like 12 pounds or something, like that's impressive. It's good to stick to something, but I learned very early on that like I can't eat food. I love food and I cannot eat food that tastes like, and I know it sounds like an exaggeration, but there are people who just eat like plain chicken breast and rice with nothing on it. They're like no barely any seasoning, no sauces, no nothing. I'm like, I cannot do that. You can work sauces and flavor into your workout plan, into your fitness plans and goals. Like you can make it work. And so I think it's important to do that. I think it's important to share that with other people as well. And so that's something I do want to do is like, here's chicken, like teriyaki chicken or something with rice, something like that. There's this one chicken meal I have. I take cottage cheese, gross. I hate the texture, but you blend it up with a little spicy mayo and some seasonings and a little bit of water and like one of these little like NutriBullets or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes like a cheese sauce.
Oh.
And I just pour it over my chicken and rice, and then the rice absorbs it all, and it's so good.
That sounds so good.
And then, and that sauce is mostly proteins and lower on fats. So if that's something somebody needs in their diet, like that's a good way to get a lot of flavor and like spice into your meal without having to get like, just, I don't know, spicy mayo. I don't know. That's a good idea. It's an idea I've had floating around for a little bit, but cooking streams also are very all over the place. Because then after the stream ends, then I have to do dishes.
I know, then it sucks. But you have done, you definitely have done cooking streams before, blindfolded as well. So
True.
how did you like think about that idea? Like you and Jaxcore, like how did you guys think about that idea, like doing a blindfolded cooking streams?
So the blindfolded thing, I've seen some people do challenges before where one is blindfolded, one is duct tape, mouth shut, and one is deafened or like headphones on, they can't hear anything.
Right.
So I've seen people do challenges like that. We've done that a couple times, but I kind of took that idea and then said, he speaks Spanish. I don't speak Spanish aside from like very basic words in the language. So I thought if I'm blindfolded and he tells me the recipe or the instructions in Spanish, the challenge doesn't come from we have to bake something. The challenge is now just like I need to use context clues to learn the language.
Yeah.
So the baking itself wasn't even the challenge. It was me trying to find like root words, because that's the thing. Sometimes he says words that I'm just like, oh, it means like this, because it sounds like the root word in there sounds like to do what this in English, or what I'm trying to think of an example. It's so hard to come up with one, but like a lot of the times he'll say something and I'll be like, oh, it sounds like this word in English. And he goes, huh, yeah, kinda, a little bit. I'm like, I'm pretty sure like they divulge from the same like language. Like I think they're both Germanic, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so Spanish, English, and French are Germanic, I believe.
Yeah. So
obviously German is too, but yeah.
Yeah, so they all share like those like
the root
certain
words.
root words.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to keep an ear out for that when I was doing this, but that is kind of how that idea came about. It's very cute bonding experience is what it is. So
I agree. How'd you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking you.
That's so the absolute best thing on Twitch was him. So we met through Twitch. He came into my stream when I was playing Pikmin 4 for the first time, actually. So we've known each other for almost 2 years, but he moved in like 3 months after I said, hey, I want to be a little bit more than just friends. And then he moved in. Aww. And he lived in Puerto Rico before, so he flew. Oh wow. And when we're gonna go visit in the summer to Puerto Rico, and then he's gonna get some of his other stuff and bring it back. I'm sorry, I'm saying it like a gringo, but
oh, you're good.
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. And so I'm excited. He's gonna get some more of his stuff though, that he's kind of like, he got all of his essentials and all of his things that he needed, but so that is how we met, through Twitch.
Wow.
Which is very interesting, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you guys are such a beautiful couple, and it's kind of cool that he is just so supportive with you. Like
the most supportive.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was like, half of the Mario-thon, really, right? So, I mean, it's kind of cool that he just took over, and he's just natural at doing it. Sorry.
Like behind the scenes too, he helps with ideas. Any idea I have, I'm comfortable enough to like bounce off of him.
Yeah.
And he feels comfortable enough to give me feedback and go, I don't know about that. Or yes, I love that. And he's never gonna, I love that we never mince words. We're always very just open and say, no, I don't like that. Please don't do that. That's a bad idea. I don't have to feel like, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? That's real. That's real. So thank you for sharing that with me. Good. Thank you for telling me your feedback. It's a very open kind of communicative relationship, which is very much the biggest thing for me. So
yeah, that's huge. Yeah. And yeah, he's a great guy, and I think he definitely does pretty well with streaming, and he's a natural. So you guys are both really pretty good. I always love seeing you guys both on the same stream. It's always fun to watch, so I always love seeing that.
Getting to do those.
I know, they're so much fun to watch, for sure. Streamers Unplugged is, obviously a show that I run that pretty much dives into people's journeys, their, adventure, through their struggles, their weaknesses, to their strengths, to their favorite parts of the stream with every creator, you know, whether they're a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, whatever it can be, you know. And so with you, obviously you're a streamer, and there are people that are watching this series and they usually want advice on how to grow on Twitch and how to become something eventually. And you know, obviously you have that purple badge, and that's a huge honor to get on Twitch. And so somebody that's watching this right now, whether they're a fan of yours or not, what would you say to somebody that wants to hit that, you know, Twitch partner one day? Like, what would you say is essential for growth on Twitch?
I think the two biggest things for me were quickly realizing, like I mentioned earlier, just to summarize it, like the authenticity or feeling like comfortable. I don't know how to explain it or describe it, but like once I knew, I was like, this is what I want to do. I could just feel it. Like, this feels right. It felt right. Like changing, doing whatever content feels right. And there are sometimes, even now, there are streams that I do where I'm like, that didn't feel right. I don't want to keep playing that. Right. Or I don't want to do another stream like that. It didn't feel right. Exactly. A lot of it is being authentic, but being patient with yourself, being patient with others as well. One thing I struggled with early was I sometimes got a lot of people who made more suggestive comments towards me. And in some aspects, like jokes, I understand, but it was hard for me to like stand up and be like, no, please don't do that, because I was afraid of losing like people, if that makes sense.
Wait, can I interject here for a second?
Yeah.
Suggestive isn't like homophobic jokes, or was it like
no, like flirting with me?
Oh,
I was like, I don't know how to say like nicely while you're live on stream. So my biggest advice would be to, if somebody makes you uncomfortable, they're probably making everybody else in the chat uncomfortable as well, and you need to be able to stand up for it. Advocate for yourself, and you don't have to be mean about it. You can just say, hey, that's fine. Maybe other streamers are all for that and will join in with you and like joke back. But for me, this is a boundary. And there's two options. They'll either say, oh, I'm sorry, which is the ideal way, or they will go, oh, it was just a joke. And, or they'll fight back a little bit, in which case you need to be comfortable to repeat yourself. You need to be comfortable to time out. You need to be okay with banning people. And especially early on, you're not going to want to ban anybody. I didn't want to ban anybody. I realized as soon as I started banning people who were not my vibe, people who were my vibe started coming in more because they felt comfortable. So that's huge. Like, please don't be afraid to advocate for the kind of space that you want. Like, this is your stream, this is your space. Please feel comfortable making it yours and making it someplace that you would want to go to. Similar to me playing games, I wouldn't seek out, like, I'm not going to go to a Dead by Daylight stream. I don't want to watch that game, so why am I playing it?
Right, exactly.
I'm going to attract people who want that game. So similarly, just remember that this is your place, and anybody who, for whatever reason, you don't even need to have a good reason. Sometimes you can just say, something felt off, something felt weird. Their messages made me uncomfy. Like,
what are you doing here? You know, like
let's leave with a good foot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, not your best foot forward.
Right.
I don't want to get too into it, but I remember one chatter, like recently, and they said, first time chat, I know it's pink.
Ew.
I'm like, let's not do that. I'm like,
what the fuck?
Because here's the thing. If somebody who I know the humor of made that joke, I'd be more willing to be like, okay, let's not do that anymore. But if that's your first chat, you're getting banned immediately.
Yeah, I mean, like
you gotta think.
I mean, I don't know why. Like, it's kind of crazy though, especially when you go into like female streamers. That's really good advice for like female streamers that you just gave, because whenever I see like female streamers go live, especially if they're like, you know, kind of like attractive, maybe like their shirt's a little bit, you know, lower.
Yeah.
They get all these comments all the time, but I don't care what they're wearing. Don't fucking talk like that in somebody's chat. It's disgusting. I mean, just use your common sense. You know what I mean? Like,
and even if you're gonna make jokes, at the very least, make sure you have a rapport first.
Yeah.
Like, it should not be your first chat should be like, hi.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it should be
Like,
hi or hello.
oh, I love this game.
Yeah.
Like something nice, neutral, positive.
That
right?
isn't pink. Or I know it's pink, whatever you
Or
think.
whatever it was.
That's
I
fucking
don't even know what they
disgusting.
said.
I don't
Or,
know.
like, shit like that. No. And then the only other thing I think that I have like for a piece of advice is if there are people who you like that stream, like I would just say be in streams more.
Yeah.
Not necessarily promote or network or whatever you're gonna call it, but if you are in streams and talking with other people, you're going to meet other people. You're going to meet other people who also, like, if you're in streams you like watching, you're going to meet more people who are interested in similar things.
Yep.
And those are people who might come to your streams. One other thing I think is very important is I see a lot of people do this is, especially if they're smaller, they're like, I don't know who to raid, I'm shy. And if you're shy and you're trying to grow, I'm so sorry that you can't. You got to break out of your comfort zone a little bit. You need to find some people and be like, I'm going to raid out to this person, because then that's you building a rapport with other streamers and other communities. And sometimes there's overlap and sometimes there's not, but it literally does not hurt to raid out.
No.
Ever.
No.
You might make somebody's day by just raiding out to them. So I think that's very important as well.
I mean, that is really important in my opinion, for sure. I mean, I think that like nobody's gonna like ban you for raiding somebody. You know,
No.
Nobody's gonna
If
like.
they do, then okay.
Oh yeah, that
Then
I mean, yeah. They're like, no.
I feel like raiding is a good way to kind of build bridges, and
Yep.
I feel like that's the easy, like Twitch has a built-in way for you to kind of like network with other communities. And I don't love the term networking. I don't love it because it makes it feel kind of more corporate in tone, but I mean, I think building a rapport with other people. I think putting your face out there, getting your face out there, just saying like, hey, getting your name out there through the screen and just saying, hi, we just finished doing this. I thought I'd bring everyone over to you. So hope you have a good rest of your stream. I gotta go though. Bye. Like that's, or even if you're able to, I know I'm definitely not able to. I'm able to send max fucking 5 messages after I raid out because I'm like, I'm tired. But if you're able to stick around a little bit after a raid, especially if someone's playing a similar game or the exact same one as you, like I would say just hang out for a little bit and see like what kind of things they enjoy, what kind of games they play. See if there's anything you have in common with that community or with that streamer.
Yeah.
Because again, like I think you need to kind of meet people. I think meeting people is so important. That's what Twitch is all about, is like getting to know other people and chatters.
I agree. The more connections you make with people is definitely going to be the better. But genuine connections, obviously, right? Like,
yeah.
Always be genuine and always just find new people to connect with. People that, you know, same, I guess, lifestyle, same gameplay, I guess, likability. I don't really know. Whatever it is, same culture-ish. I mean, the thing I like about Twitch the best is like I can meet somebody from Ohio, I can meet somebody from Texas, Italy, anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
That has had like the same childhood as me, playing, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and we all live different lives because obviously we were from different countries or different states. And I think that's really beautiful. And I think that when you start off as a streamer, that's when you kind of like realize that kind of thing. That's when your world kind of opens up a little bit. And your world is definitely different from, you're not just in Buffalo, New York, which is where I'm from. You're not just in Buffalo, New York anymore. You're just, you're other places now. You're everywhere, so I don't know. It kind of expands your knowledge. And I think that people definitely need to be cultured more, especially in the US, and just kind of get their culture out there and kind of sympathize with people a little bit more,
Yeah. I think it's good to just like that like bonding. Yeah. Like bonding with other people, even over the smallest things, can be so impactful. And if somebody is trying to grow an audience or find like-minded people on Twitch, the best way to do that is to find like-minded streamers who like, and the thing too is that if your intent is, I'm only in this stream because I expect hopefully they raid out to me, or hopefully they want to be my friend, or anything like that, it's probably not going to go well. Usually people can kind of feel that energy, So it's making like a genuine connection first is very important, I think, before anything. But I think raiding out is so easy, so free, and very, very helpful for growth and for just meeting people in general. Even if you're not trying to grow too much, if you're just looking for like-minded people and maybe you want to find yourself in a community that you feel good with, join some raids sometimes. I know a lot of viewers especially will also just like leave before a raid, but I always like to stick around and just see like what the vibes are for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
If I have the time to do it and I'm there at the end of a stream, which often I'm not, but if I'm ever there for the end of a stream, I like to sit in the raid and be like, okay, let's see what they're like. That is what I would say. A good couple of things to keep in mind if you're trying to grow on Twitch specifically, YouTube, but Twitch especially. Oh, that's one other thing. I get a lot of people in from Twitter, and one thing that definitely does help is that like people on Twitter, especially the gays, they love
they love the gays.
They think I'm hot. They do think I'm hot, but I try to very clearly make it distinct. Depending on like whatever platforms you're on other platforms, I do think it's important to recognize that your audiences can be very different depending on what platform you're on. And for me, Twitter, if some people leave some creepy comments, you can ignore them, right?
Yeah.
But like on Twitch, I'm live and expected to respond in the moment. And so certain comments that I'm just gonna let slide on Twitter, I don't let slide in my Twitch chat. And I think it's very important to be able to separate those audiences, depending if you're on TikTok, because TikTok chats, I don't know if you've ever been in a TikTok live.
No. Is it
Those
bad?
chats are fucking insane. Some people, like the whole, is it pink?
Oh,
It's
God.
that shit. It's like that level of just, people are out there. Like people
like,
go crazy.
Just really
They don't
horny
care.
ass people all the time.
Not even, just like some people are very just out there, and so TikTok chats are like the Wild West. So, and you need to be okay with saying if you're gonna co-stream on TikTok and on Twitch, it's okay for your audiences to be separated.
Yeah.
Like and have different. You can have different rules or like boundaries depending on where you are. It's very context sensitive, and I don't know. That's all I gotta say. I think that's my final point.
Yeah, I mean, those are all really good points. I think that he's definitely right about all of that, and I think that is, I mean, you definitely made some good points about the community and like the separations. That is something that nobody else has pointed out yet, so it's pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I agree with that as well. I mean, I think that whatever people talk to you on YouTube about, like, you know, maybe like on YouTube especially for me, I get hate comments all the time, like randomly, just whatever, and it's kind of stupid to like read, but Twitch is a lot different. Twitch, people don't really come in and like say that much hateful comments. I don't really think so.
No, usually no.
But I mean, every once in a while, you know, you get like somebody just drop a slur or whatever, and they just leave, whatever, just ban them.
Nothing I haven't heard before.
Exactly.
Like ooh.
Right, I know.
It's today, aren't we?
I know. Whenever somebody calls me a slur, I'm like, wow, never heard that before. I'm like, duh.
Like wow.
Being black and gay.
Around here.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah.
funny.
I know. Wow. It's like Duolingo. You're just teaching me a new language that I already knew about. And assholes, you know. Anyway. Dua Lipa. I said, wait. Did I say Dua Lipa? I meant Duolingo.
No, you said Duolingo.
Oh, okay.
You said it right. I said Dua Lipa. Ooh.
Ooh, I met her before a long time ago. She's really nice.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I will talk about that.
I'll have to send you all the pictures. My dad's locally famous in Buffalo, so I met, like, you know, I met her before. I met, you know, Maroon 5. I met Justin Bieber. I met Ed Sheeran before. I met Miranda Cosgrove before. Fifth Harmony.
Fifth Harmony?
Yeah, they were hot.
With or without Camila?
I don't know. Well, it was a long time ago. I'll have to post the picture.
Oh, okay. So probably with.
She's the one that's married to Shawn Mendes, right? Camila Cabello, or whatever her name is.
They were dating.
Oh, I thought they were married.
I don't know if they're.
I don't know. I thought he was always gay, but I don't know.
I don't know anymore.
I don't either. The T.
I'll have to look into this.
Yeah, I'll have to send you all those pictures.
Some research.
Yeah, the research. Anyways, though, so I'm sure a lot of your followers are gonna be watching this. Obviously, they're probably wondering what you're gonna talk about and your journey. You know, maybe people in your chat have been there for a week, a month, or a year, or the whole time.
Yeah.
And obviously, for me, I've only been there for 2 months. So it's kind of like cool to see your whole journey and like hear you talk about it. What would you say to your followers though? You know, whether they've been there for the entire ride or yesterday they just joined. Like, what would you say to them right now? Like, would you want to say anything to them? Like,
yes.
any special
So
message?
my main thing that I like this, I talked about this earlier, where I remembered getting like 25 viewers in a stream forever ago. And I think about that moment so much whenever I start to feel maybe like, oh, this stream didn't do as well as like the last month's worth of stream. Like this has been my worst stream in a month, right?
Right.
I think about that moment where I was so excited for like 25 followers or 25 viewers, like max viewers, not like average, like max viewers. And I think about that moment a lot. And I use that as like a way to humble myself and recognize that this is not just numbers on a screen. This is not just analytics and like business side of things or whatever. These are people.
Yeah.
These are human beings, and whether they've been there for years or whether they just followed me yesterday and left a couple chats or said nothing at all. If there's anybody there, they're just taking time out of their day to hang out with me. And that is a wild and really cool feeling. And I'm really appreciative. And it's hard to say it all the time, to like get sentimental with certain things, but I'm very appreciative for anybody who spent any amount of time in my streams, because that means they chose to be there. And it's very, very rewarding to think back at that moment and see how far I've come. In a relatively short time, it's very humbling and it's very rewarding, and I'm very grateful. So that is what I say, is that I'm so thankful, and that's it.
That's awesome. And like, that was beautiful, because the thing is like, there are, you know, there's a million streamers right now, probably live right now on Twitch. There's tens of millions, hundreds of millions of streamers probably on Twitch. And obviously people could choose to watch whoever they want to choose out of that category, you know, whether you're like playing Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze or whatever it is, they chose you to watch, and they gave their time, like you said, to you. And so it's nice to like see that you're like genuinely, you know, you care about them and you really do appreciate their time, and like you understand their time, you know. So that's really nice. I like that message a lot. And honestly, I definitely learned a lot from you today, honestly, even myself. And I appreciate all the messages that you've done today. I think that people will definitely learn a lot from you, and people are gonna definitely love this episode a lot. I did. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for having me too.
Yeah, of course. And you know, obviously, we're at the end of like the interview, so I don't know if you want to like say anything or whatever. Like, if there's like anything you want to say out there to anybody out there.
Yeah, just it bears repeating though, like how grateful I am for anybody who has watched my streams or is watching this video now. Thank you so much, and thank you to you for having me on and for giving me a little spotlight here.
Of course.
It's this is also a very humbling experience to feel like I am worthy of being interviewed. It's a very surreal kind of feeling. So thank you so much for having me on, and for asking me questions about how I kind of got started and how I got to where I am. I really appreciate it.
Well, when I finally found you and Jack Squirt through that raid, I don't know who raided you, but somebody raided you at one point. And when I found you guys, I was like, holy, yeah, I had to figure that out. I'll let you know. Yeah, when I found you guys, I'm like, these guys are really cool. They're like really interesting. And then eventually, like 2 weeks later, after the Mario thing, I'm like, I want to interview him.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like there's definitely more to your story than I didn't even know about, which obviously I learned a lot of things today. Like Resident Evil, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I never would have thought about that, and interesting journey. So I'm definitely pleased with this for sure. People are definitely love it. So yeah, of course. And I appreciate you for hopping on. I really do.
I loved it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time.
I did. This was very fun. Very chill. Very conversational. Loved it.
Yeah.
So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Anytime I try to like make people feel comfortable when we're doing these, because I don't want to like talk about like anything over personal, which is why I had no questions about even Jack in here. So I'm like, that might be even too personal, but yeah, that eventually, you know, so I just like, okay, whatever. But I really did enjoy this. So that wraps up another amazing episode of Streamers Unplugged with Mr. Zackingball. Thanks so much for being on the series. Amazing creator, guys. You guys will love his vibes. He's a really funny guy. you guys will enjoy his content. Please give him a follow. His YouTube, his Twitch, his Instagram, and his Twitter will be down below. So give him all the follows. I appreciate you guys watching this this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and please check him out again. Really funny guy. I've only known him for like 2 months, and genuinely, he has been one of my favorite streamers. He's really good at what he does. Aww. He's freaking hilarious, and when I have bad days, I watch his shit, and I feel better, so. You guys like the vibes over there as well. Aww. So please check him out. Also, check out Jack's Court as well. I'll put his links down below as well. So please check him out. Check both of them out. Power couple of the century. And if you want to say anything else for the outro, you can. I don't really know if you want to say anything.
I'm at Zackingball on every platform. So ZACK. We don't do H's here. That's it from me. Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having on. I see you guys in the next one. And please, as always, do not forget to do something nice for somebody today, because you never know if that one little thing makes someone eternity better. I love you guys so much. Bye. Bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye.